Hello darlings, and welcome to keep me company while I create some summer art for Finnabair, as you know, as the creative team member of Finnabair. I have a bit different project in mind for this video, and I must confess that it's not the cleverest idea, and maybe it's not recommended if you don't want to live dangerously, to test something and record while you are making it. You see, I have wanted to test for a long time if I could make a dimensional art using only Finnabair materials, some textured canvas or something, and I thought I would make ATC card using the idea I have in mind. So let's see if it works, shall we? First, I am going, okay, you can see I have my air conditioning in full blast. We have over 30 degrees Celsius in here, so it's rather hot. So let's see if I can keep these in place. This is tissue paper by Finnabair, and this is the soft matte gel which I am now using to attach. I want texture, as I said, so I am going to apply some soft matte gel and then really crumble some tissue paper on top so that I can easily start a dimensional project. Okay, and okay, I absolutely forgot I was going to add gesso beneath it, but it's okay. I'm dreaming of a huge canvas that I am going to make into an art piece by using some mediums by Finnabair, and then I want to test if you can use, probably someone has already, and of course someone has already done it, but I haven't tested myself. Does impasto paints really work like, you know, artist papers? Sorry, artist acrylics from artist brands, you know, material brands, or can I use mixed media instead? Because I have an inkling that when I simply know my stuff, I can do it. Okay, then I have already forgotten to add some to charge my laptop so I can record this. Now it's taken care of. Sorry, because you know, I just started this on a whim and I haven't actually thought it through. But when you get an idea, now I test. If I add heavy gesso at this point, Does it make a difference or not? In here. I love the tissue paper because it gives you such a nice possibility to add some texture and dimension in it, in your work. So, okay, and then another one. Okay, and then drying it a bit because I don't want it to stick into my fingers when I turn it upside down and fold the edges below. So that's why I'm heating it at this moment, to make sure it doesn't stick into my fingers and fall off from here. It's rather hot. Okay. As you probably have figured it out if you have watched my video or follow me on my social media, I do love sea. I adore everything sea related, and especially the sea colors. So I thought I am going to use that as the theme of my ATC cards. I am trying to make textured sea art pieces. Sorry, I was just thinking ahead. At the same time I tried to speak. Sorry. Okay, so what I have in mind is to first have this basic texture with these tissue papers. Then I am going to prime them with gesso and then add some texture and finally paint them. So that's the marching order at the moment. So now it's gesso time. I want to go around the edges and make sure that all the sides have primed too. Okay. This is the first priming layer. I think it will need another one. Or then this is just perfect actually with the coloring. I think it is. Okay. So And now I have here some paper texture paste, and oops, what I am going to do now, I don't need soft gel anymore, so I put this aside. This belongs in there. Okay, what I am thinking is testing paper texture paste, you know, the one looking like, I don't know if you can, no, sorry, my phone doesn't know how to focus on that one. But paper texture paste, it will well, opaque matte paste with matte finish, similar to handcrafted paper, hard and permanent when dry, perfect for creating natural looking texture and adding dimension, great for general pages, collage, home decor and more. For best effects, apply with a palette knife, texture tool or silicone brush. For more interest, try mixing with acrylic paints, inks, mica powders or other products from Art Ingredients line. So that's what I am going to do now. I'm going to add there some mini art stones, these. So okay, actually, for another one, let's go crazy and test if I can make a, you know, cliff in there. Like, you know, those chalk cliffs. In, you know, for example, Seven Sisters in Britain, my favorite piece and place in the whole world. And I did just a hint of gesso to make sure that I can actually get these stick together, because they are really, this paper texture paste is already quite stiff, and when you add these art stones in there, it's really sorry. Can't seem to even close the jar. And then I forgot what I was saying. Sorry. I'm just so exciting to test this. Now I'm trying to imitate some waves and foam, like in the sea. And let's see if I can make it. Sorry, I need to zoom a bit so you can actually see something, and still it's rather hard to see because of the lighting. I need to keep the curtains down because of the extreme heat outside and the sunshine, and then somehow my camera and laptop seems not to understand I want light. Sorry. Okay, now I have way too much leftovers of this, but I'll sprinkle some water on top and cover it with a moist baby wipe. Baby wipe. Okay, I'm not talking sense today. But I just thought that this would actually be rather a lovely idea to create some tiny little pieces of art during summertime without quite that much fuss. Maybe more abstract art, even childish, like impressionist, not impressionist, but you know, in a way that it's not the main point is to splash on colors and texture and not to resemble anything that much. So let's see what happens. I think I'll need to put this aside and start with this one. This is dry, almost dry already. While this is, of course, because there is this cliff top in there, it's much more needy with the drying time. Now I am again covering the whole thing with gesso. Oh, and then I forgot I was supposed to wait. Oh me. Well, now you see what's crafting might be like. Maybe yours is sophisticated and you are always knowing what you are doing and you can focus and you can you know, plan ahead, but this is me. I tried to just a bit, sorry, not working. I need to test if it's any helpful if I close to all light like this. No, it doesn't. I'm sorry, I'm making this a mess. Let's stick to the original lighting, although it's shining too darkly. But here it is. This is the cliff of one I ruined with my my brush, and this is the other one. As you can see, total mess. Nothing clear, nothing to remind of anything whatsoever, except for the background color is giving a hint at this point. So let's see. Okay, and now I'm putting the gesso away and impasto. Blue, Monor blue, pitch black, linen, and of course I need also white. This one. And then I had this idea that I need a paperwork and that I want to give it a wash of tiny warm blueness, soft blueness with a warm hint. You know, maybe resembling sunset, maybe. And then I apply it with a gentle touch. It's quite dry already. So another one, and then here. This is just to remind me that there is supposed to be another color in there. And this is the background color. Because I think it's best to test if I simply add layers upon layers, like I would be doing an actual oil or acrylic painting. And you can, of course, leave the texture pastes and stones off from your work, but I suspect it's the thing making them just the right way of unpredictable. Then I put a bit of white acrylic paint into my palette knife and try to imitate clouds. Okay, that's the sky. That's the sky. And with this one, that's the sky. As you can see, not much push, just to create something, although this line is a bit too deep, so I'll make it like this, and then sky is ready. You are starting to maybe get my idea. And of course, when you are looking at the video, you already see the end result, which I, at this point, I have not the advantage of that, but I need to create it. Okay, and now I am doing the same with the cliff. I add okay. I want it in there. Ready? And now I am going to need another plate for liquid acrylics. I think Prussian blue would be ideal, at least for my choice of coloring. It's not too bright, but really dark. Just a hint of ink black. Okay. Ink black, and then burnt sienna. Can't leave without burnt sienna. And let's see if ochre would do the hint of warm sunshine in there. We will see. Let's start with this one. And I am going to take a clean water because I don't want my paints to be murky. Then I have a baby wipe and my spray bottle, and we will see. Ink black and burnt sienna. I want a darkish color. I'm a bit nervous. I hope the liquid acrylic reacts like I want it to with the texture, and it kind of gives a tiny foam effect. Okay. And you can of course fast forward to see while I'm testing how this works. I think I'll put this aside to dry and do the same thing with this one. I don't know about you, but I do have favorite spot I'm always dreaming of and thinking of, and for me it's the Berlin Gap in England, Great Britain. It's the one place I'm always yearning to go back to, and by the sea in general. I love the idea of fresh air and oxygen. You know, when you have lung problems, sea air is just, you know, you can't compete with it. Okay, now I am trying to get just a hint of some warm glow in there, and I always struggle with, you know, the idea of adding yellow with anything blue, because you know what happens when you mix yellow and blue. It's hardly going to look like sunset, but it's going to look green. So just a hint like this. Okay, and then here too. Here is, it's too moist, it hasn't dried properly. So I need to wait for another moment or two with that one. But with this one now, I need a bit darker colors in there. You know, I remember from my childhood that my grandparents had this sea painting on their wall. I am going to kind of frame this with dark color, so it will make it more having some structure, maybe. Yes, and so I was fascinated by the painting on the wall of my grandparents' home because it was of sea, and I think it was, I might be incorrect, but I think it was from the it was representing the nearby sea. We live quite near it, and the grey hard rock stone, well, hard rock, you know, it depicted the huge canvas, and for me it was a strange painting because it was made of something that actually these days I do know that it had some kind of, you know, those mini art stones in there and texture, but I hadn't ever seen a painting having some texture in it, and really strong, vibrant and determinant palette knife strokes. It was not made with brush, it was made with palette knife, and I could almost hear and see and taste the waves that were splashing. We here at the southwestern coast of Finland, and especially living by near Pori, we do go when it's stormy. We go to this particular beach just to marvel the wonder of nature when the waves clashes and splashes and roar to the hard, cold stone bedrock. And the painting, it was scary and magnificent at the same time, and fascinating and beautiful. It was not. I couldn't describe it as beautiful as a child, and it's still not. But there was something in there that's completely different when you look something pretty. It really makes you feel, and that was the idea. I am not going to achieve these with these ATC cards, but I want to create that kind of feeling with mixed media art mediums, just to with some incredibly simple brush strokes or palette knife strokes to get the message through to the to anyone who watch it, to see that okay, this is the cliff top. You won't be seeing it from this one, but one day, or roaring sea or something. I find that idea really fascinating. No, but important for me. Okay, so because I could start adding this and that and then some while even more, but I'm just going to make sure that these clip tops of mine are colored a bit. I'm adding some white impasto on top. And then just horizontal line in there. Okay, now I want some final touches with first white impasto paint with a palette knife, and then with some effect or actually texture pastes, but first my palette knife. Let's take a new okay, let's see if I messed this up desperately. I'm trying to add some whiteness in there. But I want a couple of lines like this, but somehow it doesn't want to collaborate. I need my skills. Okay, so a hint of liquid acrylic paint on top. And in here too. And like this. Actually, you don't, you can't look closely. Then you kind of lose what it looks like. It's better to watch from far above, but this sorry, this is how it looks from really close when you look closely. And this one, it looks like this, splashing waves. I think this of course you probably have already tested these kinds of things, but this is this might be actually a good project when you really want to get your brains into a holiday, summer holiday mood, and into something else from your basic ordinary life and its duties and so on, just to splash something with an enormous, two enormous canvas, or then just to, you know, some tiny ATC cards. I think jewel paste, effect paste, golden dust might offer what I need. So let's figure it out. I want a golden sunset. Okay, and I also want a bigger brush. Not much, but this will do. Okay, let's start with this one. I want just a hint of it. Like this. Okay, you can't see because it's not dry yet, but soon. I'll show you soon. And here I want the sunset to kind of envelope the cliffs into the golden glow too. So here it goes. Okay. There's a warm glow in there. I'm sorry the light is so... How do I... No, that won't be helpful. How do I get you to see it without any reflections from the lamps. Maybe this is not quite like in natural light from my view, my point of view, and this is how the other one looks. Okay, and a hint of mermaid effect paste, because I want the sea to have a glow too. This is not strictly really artistic thing to do, but because I happen to have mermaid effect paste and I happen to have a sea project, why not? So I'm adding a hint of it in there and make a bling bling, or as my 8-year-old say, really seriously, unicorn poo kind of outcome. And then they are ready. I could continue, but I will not. I just want you to see the finished look. Sparkling. See, let's. Here. And here. So, for a fun summer project, a bit abstract or plain childish, but fun. It was fun, and I can't wait to test it with a huge canvas to just let go and splash and use strong lines and so on. So if you have made projects like this, please, 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 I would really love to for you to show me those. But here they are, my sea project. And I wish you inspirational summer moments, and I do hope the weather isn't too hot for you to enjoy. And I thank you so much for keeping me company and watching, and see you soon again. Bye bye.